Hello everybody, it's Michael here from Replica Airguns with another field test shooting video. Today I have my Sig Sauer P365 CO2 Blowback BB pistol. Brand new CO2. I'm using their included BBs, okay? So these are basically the ones that they include with the gun, or gave with me. I'm not sure if they all come with 3 packages or not, but that's what came in my package, or with my gun in the box, was 3 of these basically little plastic bags full of BBs, and they seem to work pretty good. I did try them out. I had a CO2 in the gun initially, and I tested them out, and they seem to work pretty good. Trigger seems pretty decent with these ones in there. And we're gonna give it a go. Brand new CO2, loaded up here. We're gonna chronograph first, obviously, as we always do with these field test shooting videos. I chronograph the gun. Sig says 295 FPS. Temperature in here is about 24 degrees Celsius. Roughly 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so you know, not too hot, not too cold, like average summer day type thing. So this is a pretty good scenario for this gun. We are going to get the chronograph working here, let it do its countdown. We're in feet per second. Now once I'm done the chronograph testing, see what the actual FPS is, I'm going to set up a paper target, you know, downrange, obviously 30 feet downrange, and we're going to put 10 rounds in there and see what kind of accuracy, what kind of grouping we can get. I noticed it shoots a little bit to the right, so we'll see if it does that on paper as well. If you haven't checked my tabletop video for this gun, do that. I believe it's one of the first ones out there. I'm pretty sure, you know, there's not a whole bunch of these guns available for people to review just yet. So, okay, so let's give this a go. Let's chronograph this. 281. 293. 297, 286, pretty decent actually. And going down a little bit. Okay, that's gonna happen. I'll put the safety on here. That's gonna happen a little bit as the guns cool down, as the CO2 of the initial like high pressure, because it's never been used, kind of drops just a little bit. I don't know if you could hear it here in the C-can and the microphones, but it's got quite a pop to it. I wouldn't say it's terribly loud, but there's definitely quite a pop. It's not a quiet gun. It's a little guy, but it sounds like a little firecracker going off. So pretty cool. All right, let's set that paper target up 30 feet downrange and see what kind of accuracy we get with the Sig P365. I've got my target set up 30 feet downrange, 10 rounds of the provided zinc-coated BBs from Sig, and still using the same CO2, but we're not testing FPS here. We're just testing accuracy. So only fired off basically 5 or 6 rounds. And this gun should get, you know, several magazines worth of ammunition, 12 rounds. So, you know, probably going to get about 6 or 7 mags, I imagine, of ammunition. Haven't tested it out fully yet, but let's get to it. Let's put some rounds down range and see if this gun, this little guy, this little firecracker, a little tough to hold, has some accuracy. Okay, so we'll do my best here. Make sure I got a nice hold on it. That was good. I thought, man, this trigger is really heavy for some reason. I know it's a little heavy sometimes the first shot, but I was thinking, wow, that's heavy, because the safety was on. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Here we are. That's better. Not bad. One more. Lock back. Okay. As you can see, let's take a look. Felt good. You know what? The trigger with the right BBs in this gun is not too bad. So here we are. I shot a little bit low. I was obviously aiming just underneath the target here. That's what I always do. 2.5 inch grouping, you know, that's really not too bad. Throw this guy out here, and that's a 2-inch group. There's nothing wrong with that. Pretty well centered, just a little bit to the right, a little bit low. So, you know, maybe at say 20 feet, 25 feet, you're gonna hit a little bit higher. Has enough power at almost 300 FPS is plenty for a little gun like this. If you think about it, like the PPK, the Walther PPK by Umarex, that gun's probably barely getting up there, or if you're lucky, getting about those FPS as well. But this is like, you know, basically full-size drop-out metal magazine, really slick gun, nice blowback action. snappy and poppy. Hopefully you can hear what the microphones are capturing, but it's got that just a nice little pop, crisp blowback action. The trigger's actually a lot better off than I thought it was. Perhaps when I was using the other BBs, they were zinc coated BBs, but they're a little older. They get a little tarnishy. The BBs that Sig provided me almost seemed to have like they felt slippery, like they had maybe a little bit of lubrication in them. So that might be an idea, is to just like throw a little silicone on the BBs. Sometimes they have that silicone spray that helps lubricate them, because when that barrel comes into the magazine to kind of help seal it off, it does have to kind of push around the BB. It's got to kind of grabs the BB and forces it into the barrel, which is kind of the breech area of the barrel. And then it allows you to shoot it. And that's good for CO2 efficiency and getting a little more power out of a little gun like this. But it does make the trigger pull slightly heavier when it's loaded up. But it felt great. And it's a short trigger. It's got a decent release. Very happy with the trigger, actually, considering all that's going on when you're pulling it. Yeah, again, great little gun. Watch my tabletop video. I've got a full tabletop video for this gun. Don't have it in the Canada or US store just yet. I'm not even sure if they're available in any store at this point or when you're watching it, but we will try and get our hands on this gun. I think it's a really cool gun. I mean, if you like compact little guys, this is the bomb here, right? This is the smallest full-size dropout CO2 BB pistol you're ever gonna find, in my books, at least at the time of this video. So check us out at replicairguns.ca, replicairguns.us for those links, or just check down the way if you can find it there. Further on down, maybe in a month or so, we might have it. All right. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and accessories, check us out there, replicairguns.ca, replicairguns.us, also replicairguns.com. I'll put a link in the description to the written post for this video as well. So check out our other reviews over at replicairguns.com. And of course, this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. Check us out Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.